Hey everyone, welcome to Tactical Team Fighting, where we break down the latest and greatest game-deciding team fights from the LCS, LEC, LPL, and LCK. After this video, you'll be able to appreciate every last detail of how the greatest players in the world duke it out on the big stages. Today, we're going to be looking at a team fight between T1 and Dplus Kia in their last game of their best of 3. These two powerhouses went head-to-head in a battle for dominance for the top of the LCK. At this point in the spring season, T1 and Dplus Kia looked unstoppable, with both teams respectively dismantling their competition in their previous matches. This teamfight was the decider of this series' Game 3 after two extremely hard-fought matches, and there's a lot of things going on here that eventually handed T1 the victory. Looking at the draft, T1 and DK have the mid-lane OPs of the patch, Kassadin and Ryze respectively, and both teams have one tank with an engage ability, Ornn with his Call of the Forge God, and Sejuani with her Glacial Prison. And of course, we also can't forget that Keria is playing Kalista support with Draven AD carry. Let's jump into it. Going into this fight, T1 are on soul point with the 4th dragon moments from spawning. Dplus Kia knows that if they allow T1 to take the soul, their chances of winning this already disadvantaged game will slip out of their hands. We first noticed that T1 have absolute vision control over the bot side jungle. While Dplus Kia has a few wards near their side of the map, T1 maintain vision dominance over the entire dragon area. With Zeus' Jace firing Shock Blast into Lulu, a character with no sustain, Dplus Kia opt to push into the river through mid rather than through their jungle. After a short scuffle, Keria blows his flash and T1 retreat further down the river as Dplus Kia set up control over the top half. Knowing Dplus Kia's vision situation, T1 decide to start the dragon, betting on their vision advantage and double smite advantage with Kalista and Sejuani. In this moment, Faker's Kassadin is starting the chain of events that leads to T1's teamfight victory. This vision setup by T1 enables Kassadin to put immense amounts of pressure on Dplus Kia's backline. A level 14 Kassadin is no joke, and while Dplus Kia control the upper portion of the river, they don't actually know where Faker is. Look at all the blind spots Dplus Kia had. Faker could have been on the top bush area or in the bottom bush area. We can actually see Kana walk up to check T1's jungle to see if Faker is over that wall. However, this means that Kana is too far up and too close to T1. As T1's Dragon Burst puts Dplus Kia on a time crunch, it's up to Kana, the only real engage on Dplus Kia's side, to introduce a new variable to the fight and potentially turn this game around. However, T1 also knows that the Ornn ult is the only thing that can turn this team fight. Because of these factors, there's a time plus vision plus objective pressure on Dplus Kia. In the decisive team fight, Kana has two choices. He either can throw a Hail Mary ult without regard for Kassadin's position and risk losing its entire backline, or walk around for vision, checking for the ever-elusive Purple Menace. He chooses the second option. Owner throws his bola into Kana's face completely blind from inside of Graves' smokescreen, blocking Kana from using the second cast of his ult. This is absolutely huge for T1. Canyon walks into the dragon to attempt to steal, but cannot overcome the combined burst of Rend and Smite. After the dragon falls, Kana lands a 2-man knockup on 2 of T1's squishy damage carries, and Dplus Kia, not wanting to miss this opportunity, follow up. Deft flashes forward and casts Lightning Crash, and Showmaker manages to land the finishing blow on Owner Sejuani. At this point, the fight looks pretty winnable for Dplus Kia, but Keria, Gumayusi, and Zeus launch their counterattack. As Dplus Kia attempt to burst down Draven, Gumayusi flashes backwards and heals, instantly getting ulted by Keria to safety. Usually, AD carries play completely safe until the enemy summoners and cooldowns are blown, but the Kalista pick actually enables Gumayusi to position like an absolute madman, similar to playing with the Tahm Kench. Zeus lands an empowered Shock Blast into Deft's face and brings down the hammer on 4 members of Dplus Kia, instantly followed up by Gumayusi throwing himself into Dplus Kia's entire enemy team. By the way, not a lot of people know this, but when Kalista's ult swarm collides with a target, they actually bounce back out to their auto attack range, so Gumayusi actually doesn't end up in the middle of Dplus Kia's team after his knockup. A nice flash ult from Faker basically concludes the fight there, ensuring that T1 was set up for success for the rest of this game. We can reflect on a few things from this fight. Overall, Dplus Kia made a good attempt at turning a fight they were going into with a huge disadvantage. However, each part of T1 came together to ensure their victory. Faker, while his initial contribution to the fight was low, applied a ton of phantom pressure to Dplus Kia's backline, which led to Kana's fatal positioning at the start of the fight. Owner performed his duty by stopping Kana's ultimate, and Keria, Gumayusi, and Zeus were the catalyst to the decisive engage. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Tactical Team Fighting. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. Stay fresh.